Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, you're very welcome. My name is Lee, intuitive wellbeing coach and teacher and founder of Soul Self Mastery. I'm recording this on the 20th of May. This is my third video this month, which is a lot for me. I have just recorded the most beautiful activation for the Pleiades Portal. We're in the Pleiades Portal this week. So it started on the 16th of May, which was last Friday, which was also a new moon in Taurus. So I had my last video was all about the new moon in Taurus, and I did a beautiful meditation. There's a free meditation in that. I will pop the link below. And also then I did a video at the start of May. Okay, I didn't really realize when I do an energy reading video every month. I did not realize that this was quite a powerful month. Everybody is feeling this. If you're feeling off, if you're feeling not in your body, if you're dizzy, if you're blurry, if you've headaches, if you've got pain in your body, that you're just feeling weird, this is normal, okay? This is ascension symptoms. Obviously not always. Please get checked with the doctor first. But if you have done all of the checks and you can't make sense of anything, it possibly could be the energy, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's go back a couple of steps to the month of May, okay? So May is a powerful month of portals. There's actually 6 portals in the month of May. May 2026, I'm obviously talking about. And it kick-started with the 1st of May, which was a full moon. So the first full moon, there's 2 full moons this month. That is quite rare. It happens every 18 months. So it's quite significant, you know, for where we are. All right. And so that's the full moon in Scorpio, and that was the 1st of May. That was also Beltane. So it's like the dates are sort of, there's no coincidence that they are matching up together. May is a number 5 month. So it's the throat chakra, no, the 5th chakra, throat chakra. But it's also authenticity, which is in your throat. It's also, we carry shame in our throat. So shame could be coming up for you. And yeah, it's also number 5 is about change and transition. All right. So massive change and transition, and we are upgrading to what's called a higher timeline. Okay. So think of a timeline. If you imagine a certain timeline. So I would like this to happen, okay, but this time next year or whatever. So that's opening a timeline. Timelines are many different eventualities or possibilities for the future, okay? There are many timelines open to us, and it all depends on where we are in our future moment, how we think, what we clear, what we look at, where we will be in the future timeline. So there are many timelines available, and what we want to do is obviously get to the higher timeline, authentic self, the higher timeline of abundance, okay? But it's not always possible. And that's okay. It's, you know, there's timings, there's always many opportunities. So there's opportunities, and this comes around where there is opportunities where portals open as opportunities, where a high frequency energy comes in to help you shift to your highest timeline, to help you absorb whatever codes are coming in. Receive the downloads, receive the healing, the guidance, the upgrades in your third eye chakra or whatever, to move forward. Now, if you're not aware of this, which is why I'm doing this video, then it can be very confusing, and you can think there's something wrong with you, or you're sick, or you can just like put the head down and hide like we're in a spiritual war, which we are. But I wanted to bring through an activation. I bring through activations whenever I feel called. The last one was November. It's an extremely powerful way of working with me at a very low cost. Okay. They're 22 pounds, 22. And it's a 47-minute activation, healing activation. And it takes you on a beautiful shamanic journey, and we connect with the Pleiades. The Pleiades are a star cluster of 7 stars known as the 7 sisters. I am originally a Pleiades being. That was my soul group of origination, which is why this was channeled through me. Pleiades are these beautiful feminine energies of creation. They bring creation codes. They're connected to the chakras. Hence why I brought through the chakra hormone balance chakra program. Hence why I work with the chakras when I do a lot of healing or activations or meditations. The chakras are key. They are, you know, chakra means wheel. Okay, there are 12 chakras, 8 within the body, and what's that, 4 outside of the body. Okay, so we have our crown chakra, we have our third eye, we have our throat, we have our heart, okay, we have our solar plexus between the rib cage, we have our sacral on our belly, and at the base we have our base chakra. Okay, we also have an ultra major chakra at the back of the neck. And then we have what's called the causal gateway, which sort of hovers. It's not in the body, it's outside of the body, just hovers at the back of the head. And that's connected to your higher soul self. That is what's being activated right now, actually, why many people are getting headaches or head pain. Or also, this is connected to the third eye. So you're getting a third eye activation, a third eye upgrade. Your psychic abilities are being upgraded. You will notice dreams. You will notice just lots of thoughts and just knowings of stuff. It could feel quite overwhelming. So I encourage you to look after your energy field. I encourage you to shut down your phone at night, close your chakras to go to sleep. I encourage you to look after your energy field, cut cords regularly a couple of times during the day. Do not engage in any gossip at all about anybody, because that just leaves your field wide open, and also it's just not good. What else? Ground. So ground yourself by walking. If you are a healer or you do hands-on healing work, whether it be hands-on healing like me, or whether you're even like a hairdresser and you're touching the body, obviously there's massage, there's reflexology, but really, like, even working in just any people connected, I was just on the bus earlier, like the bus driver, or working at the checkout, you're connecting with people, and you can connect with their energy. You can be attached to their energy, they can be attached to yours. And this is just a very heightened time of ascension where we are feeling so much, and it's important to be aware. It's important to just look after your energy field when you wake up. Like, say having a shower, like, you don't have to do loads of protection, but when you're having a shower, you can just visualize light energy coming in and protecting your energy field. And when you have one at night or a bath at night, visualize that cleansing your energy field in the evening. Okay, you can charge the shower and the bath up with that, so you don't need to tell it to do that every time. So there's many different ways you can do that, but it is, if you're really feeling it, it means you are ready to upgrade to a higher timeline. And there's old versions of you that want to fall away. Old versions of you are going through what's called a death so that we can have the rebirth. Okay, you're calling in the rebirth, but we forget that we need to release, and that is why there's 2 full moons in this month, which is known as once in blue moon. It's a blue moon, and the one at the end of the month, which is the 31st, which is next week. Is that Friday? I'm not quite sure what day that is. Next week anyway, and it's in Sagittarius, so it's a full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius are all like, that's really connected to obviously the year of the horse. It's half horse, half centurion. It's all about adventure, bow and arrow, and it's also culminates on in and around like a portal, which I'm going to read out here because these have specific names that I could never remember. They're names of stars. So this is called an Aldebaran Gateway, Silver Gate Portal, between the 29th and 31st, which is next week. Do not ask me if I'm pronouncing that right. And that's this. And when there's portals, so that's, a full moon, and to do with the moon is a portal. Okay, so we have the full moon at the start of the month in Scorpio, and that was all about death and rebirth. If anybody felt that was quite powerful, that was coinciding with Beltane, which is the union of masculine and feminine, and you will be notice any place where you're out of balance with your masculine and feminine would have been coming up. Then we had on the 15th to the 17th of the month was called the Algal Gateway. These are stars, okay? Algal Gateway Portal, and that's all about power. Okay, and giving our power away. That is connected to the goddess Medusa also, and really how you can grow in your power through difficult experiences. So many will be able to relate with that. Okay, but also Medusa is connected to rage as well, so that's why anger and stuff would have been coming up, and rage and things like that as well. And any blood related stuff is fire in the body. Then we have on the 16th, which was the Taurus new moon. Okay, and that's really your new moon, is new beginnings. That's your rebirth from the death. And like, I did a whole video on this, which I will pop below. And the Taurus energy is about discipline, it's about money, it's about relationships. It was a bit of a reset for us. And then we have the Pleiades Portal, which is a 7-day portal, which is really what this video was about. But I had to give some context, okay? So that's 6 portals in the month. all right? And the Pleiades are it's like a celestial gateway. Pleiades are connected to music and dance phenoms, and that's the Kundalini energy. It's the creation codes. And basically, you have the week-long energies coming in over the 7 days, 7 chakras, 7 sisters. And this has been streaming in. It streams in every year, but it became very specific in 2020, okay? And obviously this is 2026. This is the 6th year since our mass awakening. And that is why the third eye is being activated, because it's the 6th year, it's the 6th chakra, okay? And next year is very significant. It's the crown chakra, but also a number 2 year, okay? This is the number 1 year. So that is why many of us are craving clarity or feeling stuck. So we are being asked to really step up and remember actually who we are at a soul level, you know, at a true, authentic self soul level. And you're being asked to remember who you are, okay? And that is letting those old versions of you fall away. That is connecting with those old parts of you. But like, if you don't understand what's happening, or you're just, as most of us, pretty stressed, pretty busy, it's like, what is going on? I feel dreadful at the minute this week, the amount of messages I'm getting. So thankfully I was able to clear the diary, because it takes me a long time to do these activations. They really, and that's why the energy exchange is important, because I spend a lot of time, like literally a couple of days, you know, it's a lot. And look, people are very guided to them. I get so much feedback, and like they're extremely powerful. It's like, it's a really good way if you want to, you know, if you're not able to have a one-to-one with me. This is 40 minutes. It is not a meditation. It is an activation. It is a powerful healing, bringing the healing codes in. I use like psychic surgery, which is a shamanic tool. I bring in the animals. There's dragons come in. Dragons are extremely important to help us clear the way. They're a lot more grounding than angels. So 2 specific dragons come into this activation, and one is called the deep blue dragon, which is like a 5D dragon, and then the other one is the feminine lunar silver dragon, which is 7D. They go right up to 9D, okay? And dragons are really connected to our Kundalini energy, which is the base of the spine, your feminine, your masculine energy that work together, these 2 snakes. They've been around for centuries, just helping us. Like, we all have our own personal dragon, just like we have our own personal angel. I'm not going to do a whole video on dragons here, but what is the girl that talks about the dragon? Diana Cooper. If you want to look up anything about dragons, she is brilliant. I met her. Really, really good. Okay, so the dragons work with me a lot, and I didn't really know what to do when I was seeing them first. And they really, really help to shift energy in the body. I work with the elements, earth, air, fire, and water. In this particular activation, we work a lot with water, which is the feminine. Pleiades are feminine energies. It's all about love, and it's all about the feminine, and it's all about, like, we, you know, for the last 10,000 years, we have been operating on this distorted masculine, both males and females. It's been a bit of a masculine world, and a bit of an ego, not a balanced masculine, by the way. I'm talking about a distorted masculine. Not very heart-centered, things like that, okay? So and quite burning ourselves out, and really not honouring the feminine. You know, we all, males and females, have a feminine energy. That is our intuition, hence why we're getting the third eye activation. And we're being asked to slow down as well, and rest more and receive more. It doesn't have to be, like, we are not these hamsters on the wheel all of the time, okay? So I just felt called to bring this activation through. I will pop the link below, and that will, I've wrote a lot on the sales page so that you know exactly what you're getting, and it explains all of these energies. Even if you don't, you know, purchase it, read up on all the energies so that you understand, and just be in a beautiful place of presence to receive, and just rest and just allow the light in. That's the thing with this Pleiades portal. It is heightened. So one of the 7 stars, called Alcon, is basically, that's the brightest star, and so that means the peak of the portal was yesterday and today. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this video, and I had to get that activation out. because I tried it a couple of times and it didn't work and I was going to leave it. And I'm so glad I persevered with my technology skills. As you can see, I'm trying to resurrect my podcast here as well. That's about as far as I've got. I was going to try and do a podcast recording and video here, but it's not working. So I need to go and look at that. So I've got the mic out. So yes. And again, that is, you know, it's about when you're stepping into this higher timeline, it's not about just sitting back. There will be required a wee bit of effort to step into it. So in this activation, you get to meet a part of you that's in resistance. If you have a lot of pain in the body, I guide you towards an area of the body so that we can heal it, okay? And also you get to meet your higher soul self, your authentic self, your future self, and ask them questions and be guided. You get an activation in this causal gateway, causal chakra. What else? Oh yes, we connect with the tree of life for like an upgrade healing. It's really beautiful. And then we also go back to your soul group of origination and get a recharge. Okay, so yeah, there's lots in it. And I recommend, if you do get it, to repeat it many, many times, not just this month, but next month as well. Okay, so I am going to pull a couple of cards just to close, because I just wanted this to be a wee quick video. What is the main guide working with us in this Pleiades Portal activation? Our Pleiades Portal energy this week. The main energy, please. Main guide. Of course it is Atlanteans. Of course it is. Look at the blue. Okay. Evolution, vibration. Okay. Legacy, technology, progress, expect, acceleration. That's exactly what's happening. We are in a time of ascension. Ascension means to climb. So if you imagine we have a, you know, we have a physical body, a dense physical body, that is 3D. Then as we start to evolve and connect with our emotional body and mental mind, that is us stepping into 4D, okay, and becoming more aware. You would not be watching this if you were in the 3D. We sort of, you know, all sort of start off there, you know, very closed off, very not open to any of this or whatever. And then as we enter the 4D, and we start to heal the emotional and mental mind, emotional body, mental mind, okay? And then we start to go into your spiritual body, which is 5D, but you can go up and down between the two. So what can happen is, as you upgrade and as you move up through the dimensions, okay, and it goes right up, okay, as you move, and we also have like a soul self, a higher self in each dimension too. So as we move up, then our body upgrades, our DNA upgrades, and our cells upgrade. And that's why we get sick. You know, when you do some healing work, you can get quite sick, and that is the body detoxing so that you can step into the higher vibration, so that you can be a vibrational match for what that is that you're calling in, that higher timeline, whatever you're trying to manifest. And that's the other thing that I do in this activation, is I show you what you're trying to manifest. You choose one thing, a project, an idea, whatever, and you see it as a ball of energy, and you literally reach out and it's bouncing about. So our bodies are not vibrationally a match for that thing. That's why we don't have that. So that's what we do in the activation, is we clear that out so that you then have it, okay, to welcome it and be a vibrational match for that in your energy field, okay? Yes, brilliant. And then let's ask for one more animal guide card, and then I will close this and try and do my podcast. Resurrect it. Okay. Of course. Okay. Look at that. That is the goddess Bridget. She is like, this is the thing, whenever you work through inner energies or you're manifesting, it does take about 6 months. And like there's the 31st, there's the rabbits and fertility. This is a time of fertility and rebirth, and like, you know, that's spring. So be patient with yourself. You will see, what's the word? Dreams come into fruition. You will see those physical manifestations. Everything will look very, very different in February next year, which is basically what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way, which is Bridget's day, okay? It is a powerful number 2 year next year. So think about this. The 2nd of February to 2, 2 on a number 2 year. The 22nd of February, 2, 2, 2. Okay, that's a big one, all right? And that's what I was being shown. That's why the price of this activation is 2, 2, 2, 2, because I was specifically being shown that date, okay? It is extremely important. And it's the balance of our masculine and feminine. It's this massive acceleration. The world is changing, and it has been. And that is why the weather has been strange. That's why there's lots of stuff going on in the world. And it's just important that you just do you and you just stay in your lane also. To really do that healing work so that you can ground a lot of stuff and then step forward and help the world. Okay. The other card there was the intuition, the cat. You're being asked to be more cat-like than dog-like. That's your intuition. That's this third eye that's being activated. I don't know if you've noticed. I've just been waking up. My eyes have been watering. They've been like all like blurry. I've actually had a bit of eczema on the right eye, trying to get me to step into my masculine. Oh dear. But also not just that, it was taking me back to a memory as well, to do with the eye and shame and stuff, which I sort of was able to work out today. Yeah, so cat's eyes, okay? So you've been asked to be more cat-like than dog-like. And also in the new moon Taurus meditation in my last video, which I will put below, Sekhmet comes in. Sekhmet is this lion-headed goddess, cat goddess, and it's all about anger and rage, and she is the goddess of war. And we're really been asked to step forward with our boundaries, to step forward with just our being the truest expression of ourselves. And it is going to ruffle a few feathers. It is going to annoy people. No more people pleasing, no more dimming to fit in. It doesn't mean you be cheeky or rude or, you know, obnoxious, you know. It just means you're going to move forward no matter what, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to end there in 22 minutes. Thank you for listening and watching. And yeah, if you feel called to get the activation, I'll pop the link below. Much love. Take care.